Welcome to the Project Blackout ACT tree tutorial. Now basically what the ACT tree is a number of titles that you can acquire to make yourself better in-game. ACT stands for Advanced Combat Training, so it sounds pretty cool, no? Anyways, so let me just get started. If you get up to Private in your noob days, which I would call it, you can get Cadet. Cadet is the first title that you can get. It gives you jump height up Mark 1, which means you can jump higher. Next is Trainee, which will require Private First Class. That will give you agility up Mark 1. Next is Grunt, jump height up Mark 2, fall tolerance up Mark 1. That's pretty good. And finally Specialist. Now here's a very, very important note. Never ever get rid of Specialist. This will give you agility up Mark 2 and fall tolerance up Mark 1. These two effects are not available on any other titles, so keep that right here. You see, you can get up to 3 ACT titles at a time, so be wary of that. Keep Specialist as one of them. Now let's get on to more categories. Engineer. This category contains shotguns, explosives, and submachine gun titles. Scout. This contains pistol and sniper titles. Finally, Infantry. This contains knife and assault rifle titles. Alright, so what each of them does. Let's start out with the Engineer. Engineer, just the basic title, will give you the effect of RPM up Mark 1, but gives you the negative effect of weapon control down Mark 1. Now what this means is, RPM up Mark 1 means that you will shoot faster, more than at a time. RPM stands for rounds per minute, if you did not know. Weapon control is basically recoil. So that means with more shooting that you get, less recoil you get. So that means, yeah, your aim's gonna be a bit off. Now let's go to more RPM. The SMG titles, which are suppressor titles. And basic suppressor will give you RPM up Mark 1 without any negative effects, so that's pretty recommended. All the basic ones are pretty recommended since they don't have a negative effect. Well, most of them anyways. Apprentice suppressor. Now although this has a negative effect as well, this does have an extended positive effect as well. This gives you RPM up Mark 2, which means you'll shoot even faster. And weapon control down Mark 2, so your aim's gonna be even more off. Next is suppressor, just basic no, not basic. Basic was before. Sorry if I stutter a bit, guys. I don't have a script. I just do these things just willy-nilly. Anyways, suppressor. This is just your normal suppressor. RPM up Mark 2. Instead, this has weapon control down Mark 1, so it's better than just apprentice suppressor. See? Next, which I haven't unlocked yet, is senior suppressor. This gives you RPM up Mark 3, but weapon control down Mark 3. Next is suppressor specialist. RPM up Mark 3, weapon control down Mark 2. That's pretty good. And now, here's a final one of the suppressor line, Hellhound. Hellhound gives you RPM up Mark 4, which is an extreme amount of RPM, but weapon control down Mark 4, which I think must be god-awful for anyone who uses it. Now I do want to mention something. If you haven't noticed at the bottom, there's something called additional effect. What additional effect is that when you acquire that title, you can also get something else as a bonus. So for example, we go here to basic suppressor. If you unlock basic suppressor, you have your MP5KG license and your Spectre W license. Now what this means is that before then, before you got this title, you did not have the license to purchase either the MP5KG or the Spectre W. But now you do. Not only that, but it gives you that weapon for 10 quantities, I think? Yes, 10 quantities. And some will just have none effect. But as you keep on going, it'll give you better guns and better effects. In Suppressor, you got the P90 extended license. Then after that, now here, you see these 4 right here? These will get title slot 3 acquired, meaning that you can now have up to 3, because back then you could only have 1. In these 3, which are Infantry, Scout, and Engineer, you unlock title slot 2, so you get it from there. Alright, after that, the Chris SV. Although I'm still in conflict, which is better, the Chris SV or P90? You guys say in the comments below. And basically that's it. But for these final 5 right here, which are the maxed out ranks, you get an acquired red beret, meaning your reload speed will be up. Kind of like the cavalry beret, but it is special. You can only get the beret from acquiring these licenses. They all have a different look on it, as you can see by their mark. So just don't go for the looks. Go for like what you like. What's your type? Your strategy. Understand? That way you'll be better in game. Alright, next. This is the Explosives class, Demoman. Basic Demoman. This gives you the positive effect of throw distance up Mark 1, meaning you will throw grenades farther. Next is Apprentice Demoman, which is demolition speed up, meaning that in bomb matches, you can plant bombs faster. Demoman, regular Demoman, means demolition range up Mark 1, meaning a grenade that you blow up has more range. So that's pretty good. Senior Demoman. Two positive effects of this. Throw distance up Mark 1 and demolition range up Mark 1, so you save space on slots if you want to. And demolition speed up Mark 1, demolition range up Mark 1. I'm pretty skeptical about this additional effect right here. It's undisclosed. But for the additional effects, when you get basic Demoman, you get your C5 license. It's really effectful in bomb matches, so try that. None. In Demoman, you get your WP Smoke license. WP Smoke is that gas grenade, a green gas grenade, and it does damage by the second. So, I mean, you can evade it, but I mean, it's just like a smoke grenade. If you pass through it, you'll get hurt. So yeah, these are all pretty useful. And notice that Demoman doesn't have a like final title. Alright, next. Basic Assaultman. Now, although it says Assaultman, it is for shotguns mostly. Because the positive effect of this is reaction up Mark 1 and accuracy down Mark 1. Now, what reaction is, as I said... Wait, have I said it yet? No, I don't think. I think that was during rehearsal. Anyways, reaction up means that your bullet groupings will be smaller. Lucy told me that. Thanks, Lucy. Anyways, so reaction might be helpful for like you sprayer types, you know, and you know who I'm talking to. Yeah, you, the one who wastes 30 bullets on just one guy with an AK-47. Anyways, so yeah, your bullet groupings will be smaller, so I recommend it for like the sprayer types and the shotgun types. That is why it is a shotgun title, because shotguns are a spray gun. So that's useful. Next, Apprentice Assaultman is reaction up Mark 1 with no negative effect. Next is Assaultman, which is reaction up Mark 2, accuracy down Mark 2. Accuracy is self-explanatory, so yeah. Next is Assaultman Specialist, reaction up Mark 2, accuracy down Mark 1, undisclosed, I'm confused. And Blaster Master, reaction up 3, accuracy down Mark 3. I really think that that's gonna be bad for me. because I'm just telling you right now. My titles are Specialist. I think this is basic CQC or regular CQC. No, apprentice CQC, sorry. And the third one is basic rifleman. Yeah. But with accuracy down, I don't think that's gonna be good. I don't think that's gonna be good at all. Anyways, on to the next. The Scout. Basic CQC is for pistols mostly. This gives you accuracy up Mark 1, but mobility down Mark 1. Mobility just means you'll go faster or slower. In this case, slower. As I showed you, Apprentice CQC is accuracy up Mark 1 and no negative effect. Next, CQC. By the way, CQC I think is close quarters combat. Yeah. Accuracy up Mark 2, mobility down Mark 2. CQC Specialist gives you accuracy up Mark 2, mobility down Mark 1, so I think that'd be good. Finally, Hard-Boiled. Accuracy up Mark 3, mobility down Mark 3. Although you will be accurate, you will be a heck of a lot slower. So just keep that in mind. And as for rewards, oh, I forgot the shotgun ones. Anyways, blah blah blah. Hey, 870 MCSW license, blah blah, none, blah blah, SPOS 15, blah blah, undisclosed, blah blah, another beret. Basic CQC gives you P99 and hack license, that gives you none. CQC gives you dual handgun license. CQC Specialist gives you the dual deagle license. Awesome. And Hard-Boiled gives you the red beret. Next is a sniper type title, Basic Marksman. Marksman gives you a piercing rate of Mark 1 and no negative effect, and gives you the Dragunov gold license. It is pathetic. Apprentice Marksman gives you piercing rate up Mark 2, RPM down Mark 2. Now here's where it comes in. This is why I think if you're going to use a sniper, go with Marksman. Because, I mean, if you are a pro, then Marksman shouldn't affect you at all. RPM down Mark 2, I mean, shotguns. Snipers are a one-shot then reload, one-shot reload. So, I mean, RPM does not affect it at all, in my opinion. So, go with Marksman if you're using a sniper. Anyways, piercing rate up. That means that you can penetrate helmets better, helmets and masks, I should say. Damn masks. It can penetrate mostly anything, like wood and such. So be careful if you do that, because otherwise people might think you're a hacker. They might start reporting false reports, yada yada. Anyways, Marksman. Piercing rate up Mark 2, RPM down Mark 1, PSG1 silver license. Again, more pathetic than a Dragunov. Senior Marksman is a piercing rate up Mark 3, RPM down Mark 3, and title slot 3 acquired. Marksman Specialist, piercing rate up Mark 3, RPM down Mark 2, gives you the L115A1 license, which is amazing. And finally, Deadeye. Piercing rate up Mark 4, RPM down Mark 4, and the red beret. So yeah, pretty useful. Finally, Infantry. Weapon control up Mark 1, piercing range down Mark 1. I prefer this because, I mean, it's nice. Let's start with this. Basic Recon Man. These titles are for, like, knives and melee weapons. This gives you mobility up Mark 1, but reaction down Mark 1. So that means, like, a little bit more spray, but how can you spray with a knife, you know? Maybe ballistic knife. You hear that, Lucy? Basic Recon Men also gives you the dual knife license, so that's pretty useful. Apprentice Recon Men gives you mobility up Mark 1 and no negative effect. Recon Men gives you mobility up Mark 2 and reaction down Mark 2, and the AMA Kukri license. in my opinion, is kind of hard to use because it's about that timing, you know? And finally, Recon Men Specialist. Mobility up Mark II, no negative effect, and a mini axe license. The mini axe, for you COD fanboys, it's the Tomahawk, so yay! Next up, Rifleman. This is for assault rifles. The positive effect of this is weapon control up Mark 1 and the SG550S license. Just like the regular SG550 except with more bullets and more capacity. So I like it. Apprentice Rifleman. Weapon control up Mark 2, piercing rate down Mark 2, and no additional effect. Rifleman. Weapon control up Mark 2, piercing rate down Mark 1, the G36C extended license. G36, as Lucy once named it, the poor man's AUG. But, I mean, it's still good, just that the rise is a little bit high. Senior Rifleman, weapon control up Mark 3, piercing rate down Mark 3, and title slot 3 acquired, yada yada. Rifleman Specialist. Now this one has to be one of the most important ones to an operator. Weapon control up Mark 3, piercing rate down Mark 2, but it gives you the AK SOM mod and the AUG A3 license. The most powerful sniper, wow, really? The most powerful assault rifles in the game. So yeah, if you're going for that AUG and the AK and you're trying not to cash like a noob, go for these right here. Next, finally, Recon. Weapon control up Mark 4, piercing rate down Mark 4, and the acquired Red Beret. Yeah, so as I said, see which one is like your type. Like, are you fast? Are you precise? Are you explosive? I don't know, but just choose your type and see what you like. Go towards that path and get better in game. So yeah, this is the ACT tree. Now to get these, if you do notice, like for example, Recon. Notice the requirements. Title acquisition information. This means what you need to get in order to get this title. You have to read all of this to make sure that you're set. Ribbon. Ribbons are given when you complete a certain mission. Missions, as shown here, are basically these little card sets. These little cheesy card sets with point blank on them. There's a total of 10 and a total of 4 missions on each. They will all give you experience, credits, and I don't know, obtained item though. Anyways, you can choose from any one of these card sets, from training card set, which you cannot get back after your noob days, the dinosaur trading card, and the human trading card, which is for dino mode, infantry card set, scout card set, engineer card set, which all three relate to the certain types right here, commando card set, DEFCON card set, NCO card set, company officer card set, which means for like blue levels, field officer card set for green levels, dinosaur basic card, human basic card, enhanced human, blah, and so on and so forth. So you complete these missions, and for like these you can get ribbons for each until these last two right here. These last two will have what's called medals, I think. Oh wait, I'm confused. So what are the ribbons? What are the badges? Because ribbons and badges are kind of the same thing to me, but I'm just gonna say each time you complete a mission you get a badge. Once you get down to the last two missions, you get medals. Once you complete the entire mission set, you get a master medal. A master medal is kind of hard to get because you have to complete an entire set, and each set might cost like about 5,000 or so. Yeah, 5,000. Anyways, so you have to see title what the heck? You got to be freaking kidding me! Well then, guys, it looks like Bugtrap wanted to be a douche again. Anyways, getting back on track, you have to look at title acquisition information. So, for example, Ricky Recon. This left side shows how much of this category that you have, while the right side shows how much you need in order to get this title. Also the bottom ones. So, you have 0 ribbons, you don't need them. You have 240 badges, which is ridiculous. 0 required. Medals, you have 11, you need 26. So, yeah. Master medals, you have absolutely none, and you need 7. Meaning you need to complete 7 missions. No, wait. 7 missions? No. You have to complete 7 mission cards in order to get this title right here. Not only that, title requirements, meaning you either need 1 or 2 titles in order to get this. Senior Rifleman. So that means you need this. You need this before you can get this. And before you can get this, you need this and this. And before that, you need this and that, this and that, this and blah. Anyways, so, and finally, rank requirements, meaning that you have to have a certain rank. So for Ricky Recon, you need at least, actually for all of these, and all of them that are in a line together, for each of these 5, you need to be at least a major, which is the first green level, the green asterisk right there. Anyways, so yeah, you have to check this in order to get the certain title. So basically that's the ACT tree. This will help you out a lot in combat, and hopefully you will learn how to use them and how to use them to your advantage. Alright guys, I'm JohnCot12, and this has been the ACT tree tutorial. Thanks a lot. See you next time.